I know this sounds perhaps a little bit crazy, but if this is not for you, you can just scroll and go on. It's okay. But I must share that with you because today I can tell you I found my kingdom again. And what I explain you today needs a lot of imagination. But that's actually exactly what YouTube is inviting us creators at the moment to activate so that our potential clients can not only find us better, but also stick with us with a lot of fun and inner pictures and richness, which is actually motivating and inspiring, right? So let's stick with that. Do you know this feeling when your business works or you even already sold it, you had an exit, but you don't feel like you 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 are in the perfect tailor-made clothes. It feels like something is not actually perfect. Something you need something more, right? And this was the feeling for my new business, which I founded here. I moved 2 years ago to Dubai and founded a totally new business with a specific global mission. I talked about that in the video the day before yesterday. You can go back and listen to it. And it was everything aligned always. But still, now, when I can tell you I found my kingdom and this has a lot to do with you, I feel like I have now my tailor-made coat. I wear my tailor-made coat. Crazy. It's this feeling like, oh my God, that's it. I'm at home. This is so exciting. This is so beautiful. This is so inspiring, right? So it started actually with this new propaganda, this from YouTube, telling us creators build Hollywood channels, literally built with a lot of imagination and a lot of serialized storytelling and episodic series, um, stories which are obviously connected to your expertise, right? But activating your potential audience in a way that they really want to come back. They really want to listen to the next video, to the next episode, like in a Netflix series or something, right? So this is a big change in YouTube. And I don't want to talk about that because you find a lot of videos about that out there from other influencers which are doing the job better than me to tell this news. But I already talked about this with some of my mentors in the last days, and I'm very excited about that. One of my mentors actually is telling us this since weeks already, since months actually, to create binge worthy series. And it was for me like as a book with seven seals. I felt, oh, there is something, but how to adapt my expertise in a series, right? How to I mean, I found now the challenge. I can tell you, okay, that's number 35 today from 97. And you can literally stick with the number and just watch and witness me how I go live every day and what I have to tell. But it's with this depth, with these stories, with these connections, right? And I thought, oh my God, it's YouTube is coming and literally helping us with the little and small channels, even if you only just started, helping us when we come up with this Hollywood world style, right? Let's tell it like that. Let's name it like that. So I went and I had discussions with my AIs about that, and I was not really satisfied. And then I took the authority AI from my mentor, Arlan Hamilton. The authority AI is something like a brilliant sales coach. Actually, it's more than a sales coach. At the moment she calls it like that. I think she's also a little bit in a self-finding process with the creation of this authority GPT. But it's actually brilliant. I told her last time it's actually like a clone of you, and I'm very interested to work with a clone of you, because I cannot afford to pay her for hours for one, right? So I bought this authority GPT and asked that one, because it's specialized of helping you to create an audience and authority online and everywhere, literally, so that you increase with your perfectly ready company. So I'm there, right? I'm there. I really just want to build up this audience now. So I went there and I put everything about me and my company and what is important to know in this chat, and asked, please help me. I want to go in this direction with this new Hollywood, new world thing, which YouTube is supporting at the moment. It's less about the amount of follower anymore and about the whatever counted earlier on in the last decades, right? It's more how potent we tell the stories and create series, and people are coming back. They want to come back, not only because they see the video from YouTube on the timeline, but really they think, I don't want to miss tomorrow. I want to listen. I want to hear what is happening tomorrow, right? So then authority GPT taught me, let's call it the Arlan clone. Coach Arlan told me, yes, it's about characters. It's about creating and inventing literally a world. Do you have some terms, some values, some such characters in your company? And I mean, I even give my AIs names. I mean, my ChatGPT, my customized sparring partner ChatGPT is called Mr. Tugi, and my clients know that. And Claude Code is called Monsieur Claude, and he always calls me Madame, Madame Chantal. It's so funny. So I even give my machines in my household names, right? So I remembered with this question, I actually have a whole world. Because when I made my first 7-figure with a house of coaching in Switzerland at the times, it's not the same company, but I have now a house of coaching, a new one here in Dubai. But when we made the first 7 figures in 2018, I actually talked with my clients about these kingdoms. I told them about the mission from the old world, which is the old economy, to the new world, which is a new economy. And they just had to believe that a new economy is coming. And I think after the big pandemic, and now with this crisis in the Middle East, which is in between a world crisis, or even more, we slowly believe, everyone, the average of the population in this world believes there is something new coming, right? But all these years ago, my clients just had to believe me. But I also used specific characters. I got them as a download from Spirit World in 2016, exactly 10 years ago. And I wrote at the time an ebook. It was completely channeled. I call it inspired writing. I just would head off and write, and I wrote like crazy. And in the end, I had an ebook, and it's called Female Leader of the New Age. And there are 3 main archetypes mentioned and described very clearly. And the unfulfilled and the fulfilled version, and what to do as an inner work and inner and outer leadership to actually activate the fulfilled version, and why it is important to not only fulfill the queen in us, or if you are a man, the king in you, and the warrior in us, and the magician in us, to fulfill and to take the power of these archetypes in our body, and yes, create this authority, right? And I can tell you about this ebook. I can read from it if you want. I can read and tell you about the characters and how to develop them in your business as a founder, as a CEO, as a management leader, or whatever you do in your business, and why it is important. It is important because when you embody the full version of each archetype, you are actually able to found your own kingdom. And you can literally imagine that. What is a kingdom? I hope AI will help me with my new series, because I decided today that I will do a weekly series only about these characters and the fulfillment, and so then to build a kingdom. And you must imagine, it's like the mission spiritual and God gave me all these years ago was like, I saw only this picture, like giving hundreds, thousands of founders and leaders and experienced entrepreneurs literally a hand, with a clear guidance through an invisible way until to a bridge. And the bridge leads over a big water, which is a river, a big river. You can barely see the other end. It's such a big river. But we know on the other side, there is the new land. And I remember when I actually got this picture, I also started to contemplate and to educate myself about the times in all their high prosperous ages, thousands and thousands ago. And there are actually many. 3,000 years before Christi, before zero, there was Babylon, very prosperous culture. And I don't know how many thousand years earlier again was Atlantis. Egypt was also very prosperous. Italian, aka Rome, was also very prosperous, and so on and so forth. Greek, right? So I don't want to miss something here, but there are all these thousands before Christi birth several high energy and high prosperous cultures. And I remember when I was a young woman, I went for a retreat into the Swiss mountains for 4 weeks, and I only did I forgot now the name. I forgot the name. Even in German, I did a specific inner work strategy to find out what I already lived in other lives. Right? I forgot the name. If you know the name, please write it in the chat. And I did that every morning. I was there and at 10 a.m. and I had a 1.5 hour session. And in the afternoon, I literally digested the informations. This was crazy. And in several days in a row, I actually had always these experiences and memories of another life in Atlantis. I've never heard before from Atlantis. At the time, I was a young woman, but I got it as a memory, and that I helped the people to flee before Atlantis sank. And this came back in a memory 10 years ago when I got the mission from Spirit World and God. And this picture, you help them to come from the old land in the new land. And I just ask, what is the old land? What is the new land? I don't see me walking through, like, I mean, we know that it's very popular on this earth. Whole cultures are literally moving to other countries for several reasons, right? But I actually don't see me in something like that. So I just ask, what is meant with the new country and the old country? And they told me it's the economy. It's a metaphor for economy, the old economy and the new economy. And this made then sense because already 12 years ago, 13 years ago, actually, I started to digitalize my company. I was 100% online with my company, and I knew everything about digital automations and all the stuff. I did that for my company as well. I educated my team, my tech team, and all the stuff, right? So this was very amazing. I was always addicted with this online and automation and digitalization before AI already, right? And I also did the energetic part. I also had education as a medium, as you know, in between. And if you don't know, go back. I made several videos about that in the challenge. And I combined this on a natural way. And this was actually then the answer when I asked, what do I have to show them in a new economy? And they told me, what you do with your when you combine digitalization and energy work. And I was like, but this is so normal. And they told me, no, it's not. It's not normal. So this picture came back these days. It got this intensive clarity again. That's why I actually told you about the mission a few days ago. And also this ebook. Spirit World told me, don't sell this ebook. Don't sell it. It's worth more than $700. You will get the signs as soon as you use it again. I sold it twice in 2 small programs right after the download, and the other one a few years ago. And it was just a part of a bigger group program. And it's brilliant. When I read that, I just have tears in my eyes. It's actually like a playbook with the free archetypes. and a recipe to scale an online business, but also with energetic automations, not only with digital automations and AI. I mean, at the time, I did not know about AI, uh, you know, but it fits perfectly now, still. So when I give that to the clone of Arlan, to the authority AI, we both freaked out, literally, because he said, "Oh my God, you have everything. You have literally everything. That's pinch worthy. This is." We said we once had. There was once a novel from. I just forgot the name. I'm not very good with authors, and he wrote a novel about 50 years ago called Der Stoff, aus dem die Träume sind. Translated, the how do you in French it's l'étoffe, the thing from you make the dreams, right? Like the clothes, like the coat. L'étoffe, der Stoff from or which you make the clothes. I must translate it now. Anjak? Anjak? Konzalik was the name of the author. Yeah. Oh, that's Hungary. I met with Hungarian friends for dinner. That's why it's Hungarian. That's so funny. So, yes. So, English, it's the stuff dreams are made of. The stuff dreams are made of. That's the title of Konzalik's, one of Konzalik's. Konzalik was a very famous author of novels, very thick books, always big books, and very well researched. And yes, this came in my mind when the authority AI and I freaked out literally. And the AI told me, "Oh my God, Chantal, this is crazy. You must now stop to translate yourself." This was actually a sentence which I had to read several times. You must now stop to translate yourself. Just speak your language. This was so. I had a good cry, a moment, just digesting this message, which is actually confirming that the things which I got as a download all these years ago were just too early for that time. And I tried to create something and I could sell it a little bit, but not to enough people, right? Because the most of the people could not understand the thing yet. But when we go in this idea from YouTube, building a Hollywood, building a world with your channel, then you must be creative. You must use your imagination. It's not working without that. And when you look at Harry Potter's world or Lord of the Rings world, right? People are freaking out about this world. Even now, still now, I mean, they are over 3 decades already on this planet, these worlds, invented with imagination from one author. And we as a reader get crazy about that. How can you create your own Lord of the Rings in your YouTube channel? Take this question with you. If you are in my 90-day visibility challenge, you will get soon a workshop about that. We will do that probably next week, because of course I take everyone with me, especially those in the challenge. And if you are not there, but you think I want to do the challenge as well with you, Chantal, then you find the link below the video and you can sign up, because this week we open for another round and we just do it together, right? So it's about this episodic series, and in my world you will hear a lot about the kingdom. And why? It's not because I want to brag I have a kingdom. So it's because I want to tell you how I built my kingdom now and how you can do it as well. And in my kingdom, must imagine a kingdom in an ancient world has literally every profession at least once, right? The baker, the gardener, the shoemaker, the cleaner, the specialist for wars, preparing horses to the war, preparing the knights for the war with all the weapons and stuff. Everything, literally every profession which people need to live and to survive is in a kingdom. And in my kingdom, everyone is happy. Everyone is wealthy because everyone is on its place. Some, they don't want to be in a specific profession. They want to have a job on my side in the what's the house of the queen? In the castle. Yes, it's too late for that. In the castle. And if you imagine how many jobs are available in a fully prosperous kingdom, in a castle, it's tremendous, hundreds of jobs. And every job is very important and needed. And everyone in my kingdom is on its place in the job he's dreaming of, he's loving, but also allowed to adjust and to literally make a career and to somehow, somewhen, to change something, to change the job, to change the career ladder, going the ladder and improving more, learning more confidence, being more brave, expanding, yes, new worlds, new things, everyone in its own pace. And that's why everyone is happy. And that's why there is so much peace in my kingdom, because everyone learns that everyone can do that. And no one has a problem with jealousy or something, because everyone knows I also do it and I'm also good. I'm good enough. All these limited things, all these victim things which we have from the old economy, which we as human beings created in all these decades and thousands of histories behind us, is not happening anymore in the new world, in the new economy. In my kingdom, it's healed. And we support each other. we share resources. So let's say not everyone has to rent a house for its own alone, but there is a community renting a house, and we share the kitchen and we share the bathrooms or the facilities or the stuff. And this is actually something which I really, really admire and love very much here in Dubai, because they are doing that already, and not just since yesterday, since decades again. That's really only one example which is exciting me so much about Dubai. So there are resources which we are sharing, because it's not necessary to that everyone is doing or activating or buying things on its own alone. And this is also the next topic, actually, when we talk about communities, because it's definitively, this is also something which Spirit World me a few years ago was already, it's about community now. That's why my clients and I moved from Facebook and Facebook groups over to school. And if you also want to explore school as a community platform and want to offer in your business a community possibility for your potential clients and clients, then you can click on the link below. I have a link where you can have a look about school communities, and there is an explanation video, but you can just join my school, the Soul Calling Portal. It's for free, and just perceive what it's meant to be a part of a community in a business context. And in my kingdom, there are so many specific and unique, tailored jobs, especially when it comes to observing the world around us. All these jobs like the scouts, right? The scouts seeing and observing what is happening around the kingdom, seeing when someone wants to attack our kingdom, or when a big movement of new people is coming alongside or in our direction, that we can prepare for the guests, or whatever we can see. This is only one example, and the scouts, they are actually very modern, because they not only use the most modern digital tools like AI, they also use or drones and stuff. They also use their psychic skills. And that's actually apart from the warrior. It's the second archetype from my ebook, Female Leader of the New Age. And the warrior is not here to fight in this archetype. It's the fulfilled warrior actually has its psychic skills activated automatically, but it's a conscious awareness, a conscious perception, so that it's acting according to this perception and trusting these impulses 100%. And it knows it's not intuition. Intuition is not from outside, it's from above, from our soul. And the warrior has also excellent communication skills. It can bring people together for a consensus. for benefits so that everyone involved have the best outcome, which was not possible in the old economy, right? It was not possible. We dreamed of that, but it was not possible. In my world, it was always possible, and I had always fights and discussions with the people and banks and all the stuff. For me, it was so logical, always, but for them, they just thought you are naive. Naive, how do you say it? Naive? I don't know. Naive? Probably I was. I'm not sure. I just trusted what I perceived. And I learned to talk with that. But I must admit, I lost my kingdom, my speaking about the kingdom, the old and the new world. The last time when I spoke about that was in a presentation to my clients at the time and my former clients. I invited all of them, all my clients and former clients from the past 7 years. I invited to a presentation 2 years ago before I moved to Dubai, and I talked to them what my plans are and how they are invited. And I also presented to them this picture of the old, the new land. Some of them already knew it because a very proximate and close working together and coaching process with me. And the others hear it the first time. But I remember very much, I even have a replay of that. It was like a feeling like about 70% of the audience did not realize what she's really meaning, what I meant, talking about that. The others, they got it. They also had questions, or we had a beautiful time and discussions. And since then, I stopped talking about that. And I can't tell you why. I just forgot it. We had also another specific thing as a bonus system, which I presented there. I did not forget that. I just wait for the perfect moment to create it with my AIs. But the other thing with the leadership of the new age, the free archetypes and the kingdoms and all the new land, I just forgot it. It was not deleted. It was just not present. And I can't tell you why, and it's probably not important. But as soon as I worked with this authority AI from Arlan, it got this activation and my tears and my emotions. And I sat here and I read the things and I knew it's just true. It's just true. It's perfect. It's coming back. And I felt so whole. I still feel so whole. And it has probably something to do with the fact that I yesterday talked about this happiness. Perhaps you remember, right? So I will start this new series, I think already this week. And I will announce then on which weekday it will published. I'm not very sure how it will work then, but in this series, you not only learn how my kingdom is working, and you must learn that because you will better understand how your own kingdom is meant. Because those who are in my kingdom, those are also all my clients. All my clients are also in my kingdom. And some are doing for a specific time the garden or the flowers or the work as an aide or something in my castle or assistant of mine or whatever for a specific time, and then they change. And some of my people in my kingdom suddenly realize it's time to found their own kingdom. And that's often when they realize what their true purpose is. They realize I adjusted that in my daily life. I have no attraction and not attraction, distraction anymore. I live my soul calling every day. It's making me just happy. I also already make money with it. But now I really want to build a scalable business from that. And that's the moment when they build their own kingdom. And this is very magical. You can literally say, my kingdom is helping to birth other kingdoms. And this is possible. I know I had one question at these presentations 2 years ago. It was exactly 2 years ago on 24th April. 2 years ago, not May, but April. And one question was, but Chantal, when we go from the old land to the new land, in the new land, there is only one land. How is there enough space for all these kingdoms? Because you tell about hundreds and thousands coming through you, through this bridge, in this other new land, and there is only one land for only one kingdom. And this is the beauty, because there is the concept of the several dimension coming in. Not only the fourth and the fifth dimension, but also 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 at least. And the kingdoms are with several dimensions as well. Like I do here, I have no physical business. I don't do physical coaching. Sometimes I have retreats. I had that until the pandemic, and then we stopped. And since I'm here, I did not reactivate them, but it will come again. I know that. But that's actually the only thing with the physical experience. In my world, it's everything online. Sometimes we meet up. I go to a mastermind to my coaches, and then I meet others there, right? Or people are coming to my masterminds or my retreats, and then we meet. But in the kingdom of my clients, it's very diverse. It's so variative. It's so individual how they are building their kingdom, only offline, only online, in a mix, 60-40%, 70-30, or whatever, but also with other dimensions. Spiritual told me, and my clients know that, they have it in them already because they train that the fourth dimension is everything which we perceive through our clear senses. The psychic part and the mediumistic part. And the fifth dimension is everything about the expanded awareness. Learn to know more. Learn to perceive more. We perceive the same, but we know more about what we perceive. Learn to deal this more knowing, the more thoughts, the more percepted feelings and emotions from outside. Learn to deal with that. Learn to set boundaries. Learn to canalize energies. Learn to say no to things. Learn to realize what's the difference between minds and yours, which is not mine. It's not bad, but just not mine. And what is mine and what to do so that mine has a chance. It's I nurture mine. I'm here with my awareness, with my consciousness, with my decisions, with my priorities. I'm not at home with one leg always in the home of my husband or of my children, of my parents, of my neighbors, of my boss at work. That's gonna stop. In the new world, we will be or still already are. There are so many, especially online entrepreneurs out there. So many of us since the last years worldwide. And actually, the online coaching industry, it's already published in Forbes, I think will be a multi-billion-dollar industry this year. So for a lot of people out there, it's just new. But for me, I'm doing that since 13 years. And I have so many colleagues out there. For us, it's not new, right? For us, it's daily life. But as soon as you do the thing with your true soul calling, you literally enter in your own kingdom. And then you must learn that in the new economy, in the new world, that there are new laws. That's why Spirit World told me 4 years ago, now you start to educate yourself about quantum manifestation. And I didn't want that. I had several discussions with God and Spirit World. It's always very funny when I don't take the things, right? And I thought just it's not my expertise and I don't feel drawn to that. And they just told me, do it, just do it. Educate yourself and take your clients with you. And that was the birth of the Manifestation Lounge. It's a masterpiece, actually. I still consult the Manifestation Lounge for myself, but I have it also as a big, a very precious bonus in the business Soul Strategy Hub. At the time, I sold it for 25,000. And that was the way Spirit World told me how to quantum manifest. And my task was to train it, and get better and better and better. I see it also on my results. So this is one new law we must learn. We must learn how to deal with an environment which is not forcing us to things, but supporting us in our own pace, in our own truth, seeing us actually listen and really being curious about us, creating rooms and connecting with each other's on eye level, not putting each other on a pedestal or down, and we are on a pedestal. There are so many new things, so many new perceptions and experiences and rules, and we did not learn that by birth. So we have to literally learn it as adults. And the funny thing is, there are these generations, we call them also like that. Generation Y is not the youngest anymore, right? But there are the new generation, and we talk about that actually in the old economy, that they are not the same like we were when we were young. We see that, we observe it. They don't tolerate things anymore. They are not attracted by big salaries anymore. They are not attracted by the idea, I must save money for my retirement. They don't care. they are so much more in the now. They have a lot of these teachings already in their body. But we must learn it first. We must learn and to transform and adjust. And the most of us leaders, you as well, yes, I mean you as well. You are one of these leaders of the new age, which is learning that and also helping your clients to transform so that we perceive it as a natural energy, a natural, logical way of being and living, that we are just where we are just happy, where we are just healthy, where we are just in peace with each other, where we don't have to protect ourselves all day long, where we don't have to worry about the food or surviving. And I know there are a lot of people out there, they don't agree with me. We see and observe what is happening now in the world, right? And our brain literally wants to tell us it's dangerous, it's whatever we want to think then. And I see that. I see that as well. I see that. And I perceive it. I experience it. I'm living in Dubai. We had just 6 weeks daily attacks. It's real. I know what you mean. But I also have this other world where I really could sign. In the same time, I felt secure. I felt to have UI's back and that I can trust. And I'm in paradise because I am in paradise, right? I am so happy and grateful about everything I have and I live here and I experience here. And I decide how I want to live my life. And I cannot afford it, literally not afford it, to think in the old terms like I did years before, because it would make me literally sick. And some of you know it from me, my story with the 3 decades of several chronic illnesses. I'm out there, but I don't go back. And I also don't go back to the old thinking and the old behavior. I just saw pictures today from the last it was a goodbye apero 4 years ago when I left the house at the lake. We have a beautiful small lake there, Hallwilersee. And I left the house. I moved out to a smaller apartment in the village, and I was there another 2 years before I moved to Dubai. But 4 years ago at this apero, I just saw these photos today, and I realized, oh my God, I was just such another person, such another energy. It was me, yes, and it was not easy. And it had a lot to do with the way I am with myself. I'm very hard to myself. I'm sometimes too hard to myself. I have very strong inner leadership, but I have also capability for a very strong outer leadership. And I just don't just tell it because I know it. I could deal with evil dogs. I know it. I was police agent. I could deal with craziest situations and I had my nerves, a clear mind. I know that. So I know about both sides of the medallion. We tell it medallia, you know. And I see it how I am in the new country, building this kingdom step by step. And it's not about creating a kingdom where things are only perfect. No, it's human. It's human and uniqueness and supporting each other, creating communities, but everyone can be its unique being, express itself. That's where the papaya grove came into the game as well in my kingdoms. The papaya grove is a very popular term for my clients as well. It means the papaya. When you know that, I actually have this inspiration from John Strelitzky's book, The Big Five for Life. There he explains the papaya, how its codes are working. And the papaya can, a standalone papaya can get very big and very strong as a tree. But when it's alone, it cannot create fruits. That's crazy, right? It cannot create new generations. But it can on its own create a very successful tree. It's only possible to create new trees, new generation fruits, and new little papayas when papayas are standing with each other on a grove, with enough space around one tree so that it can express itself and getting very successful, but close enough to each other that they help each other with shadow, protecting from sun, and also nurturing with the drops, water drops from the leaves after the rain, right? So it's nurturing each other, which is only possible because the papayas are close enough on this grove. And in my kingdom, the papaya groves are multidimensional, diagonal, and in every dimensions, a lot of dimensions, like the kingdoms. This makes no sense, but when I tell you an example, the external papaya grove is with my clients, the network with my clients, me and my clients, and the clients of my clients. And one of my clients, some of my clients get clients with my other clients, and the other way around. And some of the clients of my clients get my clients. And some of my colleagues get clients with my clients or with me. It would not be possible or hardly possible in the old land. But in the new land, this papaya grove can exist because I offer my papaya, my grove. My clients are standing with their papayas on my grove. In the same time, they create their own papaya grove from its place. When we only think in three-dimensional terms, it's not possible to get a picture of that, right? But if we start to think in fourth and fifth and sixth and more dimension, and we have to train our brain for that, then it's getting very interesting. And you see that humans are meant for more dimensions pictures, and getting able to picture that, you see the proof of that we are meant for that in social media at the moment. when we creators make these crazy AI pictures and moving pictures, small videos with depth, more than 3D, it's like 4D, 5D. We are literally fascinated from these magical worlds and pictures. And I want to find a way to present you these pictures so that you have help in your imaginations in my new series. I don't know yet how to create it, how to do it. We will see how it will work. Perhaps I develop it with every other episode. We will see. But I want that you get help for your brain, because often human, when they see something, they start to believe it's possible, it's true. Those who are already working with clear senses, they actually know we can also perceive the truth with other ways than only with our eyes through the body, right? But I would like to really feed our eyes and all other senses as well, with music, with activation of our feelings and also our body sensations. We will see how I manage that. But you can literally imagine, like, you go to a movie, a really good movie at the cinema. Let's say it could be Harry Potter or Lord of the Rings, and you are just sitting there. And the cinema is such a good, perfect modern thing, so that you have all the audios from all the sides and you see how the characters are literally coming in your direction and you feel you are in the middle of this movie, right? This is the world I want to invite you as well in my kingdom. And I want to inspire you that you are doing the same with your business, your soul business. And if you are my client in the visibility challenge, daily life challenge, then you will not miss it. I will teach you that, and we will discuss about that, because I also created step by step now, but we grow together with that, and we will see what happens. I can just tell you from my side, it's not only for our audience, it's also for us so satisfying. It's literally making happy as well. It's so beautiful. And I don't want just start with the series so that I started early enough or as one of the first and all the things. I really want to enjoy the birth. And I don't wait for the perfect moment. Don't get me wrong. I'm not there yet. I'm not there anymore. But I will feel when the time comes, and it could be tomorrow, it could be Saturday, we will see, or next week. But then I start with this new series. And in the other daily live streams, of course, I will also talk about that. But like now, right? Like we chat here, it's another way of talking, another way of moderation, I think. We will see. But it invites you to see your own soul business, your own boutique business with new eyes, but especially create your own world in a way that you can scale your business. You will see through the explanations with the archetypes, that this makes sense than what I try to tell you now. That through this imagination and to create these stories in a alive world, like books and movies are doing since years, hundreds of years, right? In your business, it's directly connected to the possibility if you can scale or not. And of course, I teach you the scalable way. This is in my coach since always. And it's going to be very, very exciting. So if you are curious now about the authority AI of my mentor, Arlan Hamilton, you can grab my link below and try it out. Try it out for 1 month. You don't have to buy the whole year just in the beginning. Try it out for 1 month. You can later buy the yearly plan. She has a very attractive offer at the moment. But you don't have to. I am in the monthly plan at the moment. That's just because I am like that. I test several AIs, you know me, right? And I want to leave when I don't like it anymore. But I really can recommend it. It's perfectly designed and programmed and trained. She's training it every day. Very impressive. It's perfectly trained to help you with a crystal clear offer setup. It will support you based on your true soul calling. If you tell it to him, you obviously must tell the things, right? And it will help you to create an audience and authority, like its name is authority for your business, so that you can grow. And if you think, okay, I actually want to do this daily live stream challenge with Chantal on YouTube as well, you even must have a YouTube channel already. You learn how to build it. And if you already have a channel, just jump in. It's also perfectly okay. Doesn't matter how many followers, doesn't matter. We just go and do the work and go live every day. You can grab the link as well under the video. But if you think, oh no, I want a one-on-one, or I want to work with her very close, I would like to chat with her, then please write me on WhatsApp. The link is also below. At the moment, I have one VIP spot and one platinum spot for the soul strategy coaching open. I don't take more because I have my reasons. But why not? It could be a space for you, right? What is happening there? It's very close. You also come in the business hub, of course, but you get a very close daily connection with me, and weekly or bi-weekly meetings, and it's very nurturing. I really enjoy it at the moment with my other VIP clients. It's very, very beautiful, and you actually can profit from my own AIs, and my AIs and me will help you and support you in a depth, in a multi-layer way, daily, weekly, which was never possible in the years before. It's so amazing. It's very fulfilling. It's very satisfying for both parts. And you can imagine that with these steps, it's so much more and so much easier to fulfill your soul mission and monetize it. You can also grab the soul mission diagnostic if you just want to know what I perceive about your soul mission. You can grab that. I have At the moment, a few spots open for that. I do that very rarely, but at the moment it's possible for 1K dollar Swiss francs, 90-minute session with me and 7-day Telegram chat, which is awesome. I channel what I get from your soul, and you can then decide how you want to work with that information, or if you even want to work with me longer term. So that being said, it was over than 1 hour today. Crazy. I actually just wanted to do a short one. I thought that's told very fast, but it wasn't. I thank you very much to stick with me until the end. I hope you understood why you are also affected and how your kingdom could be built from this, let's say, mythology. It's not a mythology, but with these pictures, and how you feel attracted from this idea to build a kingdom in the new world. I would really love to read your thoughts in the comments. Please chat with me about that. And we see then tomorrow again. Good night.